Hello friends and welcome to another video. I know I promised you Killing Eve, but sorry, I just felt like watching it. So something I had the pleasure of watching was Xena Warrior Princess recently. I used to watch it a lot, on and off, but so long ago I don't remember a lot of the details. And so Sci-Fi was having a hang-in, geek out. First they had Battlestar Galactica, then they had Xena. And so one of the things my roommate and I remembered was Lucy Lawless. Lucy Lawless, just filling out the outfit and, portraying Xena, a very strong feminine character. And then we have Gabrielle, who is not just a sidekick, but she has her own character development, her own plot developments, and her own storylines. Now, we were looking at this because both of us are in the Society for Creative Anachronisms, which is a medieval reenactment group for those of you who aren't aware. And we were looking at how a lot of this was silly camp and historical reenactment. And we know that some of this would not hold up to scrutiny, certainly as a mythology on its own. But I found it very enjoyable. It reminded me of a class a bit back I took at Appenzic, which is the 2-week medieval event. And it was women warriors in history and myth. And it was a female-only class. If men were attending, they would join the class as honorary sisters. And there were some guys in the class who were like, I find this topic fascinating, but I do not want to join a female empowerment class. So some of the history that they covered, one of them was Boudica. And I don't remember all of the details, but she was a Celtic warrior and she got some of the tribes together. There was another woman, a Japanese empress, and I can't remember her name, but she even had pregnancy armor. How cool is that? I mean, it was adjustable depending on how far her term was. And then there was, and this wasn't part of the class, and I've learned it later, various female pirates, including Anne Bonny and Mary Read. And essentially, women weren't allowed on ship, but they dressed as boys. They wore breeches, they wore shirts, they bound their breasts. And so these bring to mind a lot of strong females. I have a shirt somewhere that says, well-behaved women rarely make history. You don't hear about the quiet, demure women who essentially lived up to their designated social aspects. This is not a thing. You do hear about Anne Boleyn. You do hear about Catherine Parr. You hear about all these women who didn't act as expected. Another thing we went over in the class It was more of an empowerment. So we used these stories to inspire ourselves and inspire each other. And Xena was mentioned. So, how does Xena fit into all of this? Xena is very much um, a reflection of the time in which she was filmed, and I do believe this was like 25, 35 years ago. Um, it was starting to be a thing where people wanted to see strong female characters on the screen. And Xena and Gabrielle certainly were that. And it wasn't just, you know, kick ass fight scenes. There was also a relationship between these women. Um, some people have intimated that it was more than friendship, but, you know, it might have been sisters, it might have been otherwise. We have no idea how Sam Raimi intended this. But yes, it is a little bit campy. I mean, Hercules the Legendary Journeys was totally campy, but it was also fun. And does it hold up? What do you think? What do you think of strong females in history and legend and fiction? Let me know in the comments below. Let me know how you're doing in this quarantine, you know, if you're doing okay. And until then, don't go far. Until the next video, take care of yourselves, be kind, stay at least a fathom or 6 feet apart. Take care.